Alright, so talking about confusion. It happens a lot through our daily lives. Um, it's it happens when we don't know why something happens or we can't explain what just happened. Um, it can happen in a situation where we are uncertain what to do or we can't understand it clearly. It becomes puzzled in our minds and something we can't comprehend fully. Um, in the medical encyclopedia, it says confusion is the inability to think as clearly or as quickly as you normally do. You may feel disoriented and have difficulty paying attention, remembering, making decisions. It talks about confusion in the Bible. In James chapter 3, it talks about being bitter, jealous, and selfish. In verse 14, it says, "But if you have bitter jealousy and selfish ambition in your hearts, do not boast and be false to the truth." So it's just talking about, your heart and your fleshly desires. Then it goes on to say that those things are an earthly wisdom and only lead to confusion and evil. In verse 15, 16, "This is not the wisdom that comes down from above, but is earthly, unspiritual, and demonic." 16, "For where jealousy and selfish ambition exist, there will be disorder and every vile practice." Now that last part, I like it in the KJV. It says, "There will be confusion and every evil work." So if we are allowing our flesh to come against us with jealousy to our heart's ambitions, not God's, it only leads to more confusion and can lead to an evil life, more sin. Then in verse 17 talks about the wisdom from above that is the completely opposite and brings only the good things. "But the wisdom from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, open to reason, full of mercy and good fruits, impartial and sincere." God does not give us an earthly wisdom that is evil. God does not give us a mind of confusion, but a mind that we can have through Him. We have peace and clarity. 1 Corinthians 14:33, "For God is not a God of confusion, but of peace." It's plain and simple. We're not meant to be confused. He designed our mind to have a godly wisdom that allows us to think clearly, know what actions we're going to take through God. And when we're confused, we want wisdom. We want to know what to do next. We want to figure out, the problem that our mind's trying to solve. But we don't want the worldly wisdom that brings more sin and more confusion and more evil. Because it says, that for the worldly wisdom, it brings evil and confusion. So you don't want to go after that if you're already confused. We need that godly wisdom that enables us to have peace, a clear mind, and know what to do. So what we need to do for this wisdom that God gives us is pray and ask, just like King Solomon did. He didn't ask for what he wanted. He didn't ask for what his heart was desiring. He asked God for wisdom and knowledge on how to rule his kingdom. And if we just ask and pray God for wisdom, He will give it to us.